Hi, I'm Reverend Kelli Clement. I'm the Social Justice Minister here at the First Unitarian Society of Minneapolis. After the 2016 election, one of our members returned to First Unitarian Society very upset, as many of us were, by the outcome and said, "I'm going to write a letter every week. Who wants to join me?" That urge to do something has grown into our Active Voices Postcard Power program. It's an amazing group of people who get together each week, decide on an issue, decide on the way to present it, do some pre-printed postcards, and have them available for the congregation to sign on Sunday morning to go out to policymakers and lawmakers. It's completely nonpartisan, and we want you to join us. We think the most impact that we can have is by creating more congregations that are doing postcards. So I'm going to interview a few of our folks who are doing this work, and they can tell us how we made the decisions to do what we're doing. We put together postcards, and however we send them, however they get there, by US mail, by mail drop, by carrier pigeon, we are making a difference. Marianne, why do we send postcards?
First and foremost, we do postcards for volume. Legislative staff count from all their constituents the postcards, the letters, whatever material comes in about issues, policy, or bills. Numbers really count. 70 postcards makes a whole lot greater difference than 5 letters. Also, speed increases volume. What do I mean by that? If you can get people to come to your table and quickly sign a pre-printed postcard, you will get a whole lot more people signing, and it needs to be a really clear postcard so that you behind the table don't have to spend time explaining the issue to each person. Also, very important, pre-printed postcards are easy for young and old to sign and to feel good about doing some advocacy every Sunday. The sign on our table at coffee hour says, "Sign a postcard, make a difference today."
Barbara, I know you do a lot of issue-oriented research. How does that research help the group decide what the issue is of the week?
I have always been very curious, so I can get lost online when we are talking about different topics. So I do a lot of work on that before we meet on Tuesdays. Sometimes what I will do is I will put together a little cheat sheet or a summary of ideas, particularly around taxes and finances, because very few people want to read anything about that, and yet those are very important topics for us. Everybody has their own area of interest, so we kind of throw out ideas on the table, we talk about them, and we ultimately decide what we are going to do that particular week. Might be for state, when our state legislature is in session. It might be federal. There are a number of things that we do. And what we have done just recently is we have come up with 5 topic areas that we are going to be making sure that we cover over a period of the year. So we all do a little bit, and we come up together with what we're going to do.
Nancy, once the issue has been decided, how do we craft a message that we send out to our representatives?
Once we've decided on the issue that we want to address, we think about the message and the language that we're going to use to get that message to our legislative representatives and any other appropriate recipients. Words have power and meaning, so we choose them very, very carefully because our space is limited on the postcards. We make sure that the vocabulary is simple, understandable, emphatic, but not inflammatory. And if we choose our words carefully, they do truly reflect our values as you use. Take it easy when it comes to exclamation marks. If we use them too much, it sounds as though we're shouting, if not hysterical. And sometimes words in full caps will do the job better for us. Type style and postcard colors are also important. Red is good for getting attention, and it may get a visceral response. Black can be more explicitly directive. If possible, have somebody who is familiar with working with words do a quick review before the postcards are printed. And remember that this is a team effort and it is fun, and we do enjoy doing this. So it's important in making our ideas heard, exclamation mark.
Kathleen, now that we've got the issue and the language is right, the message is crafted, how does it go from that to actually being a pre-printed postcard?
I do the formatting. I use Microsoft Word. I've got it set up so that we have 4 on a page of postcards, and I put the text in and I format and choose the font and the colors for what looks good, what catches the eye, and what will get the message across. Print them up, cut them into postcard sizes, and bring them in to be labeled. Everyone gets a chance to say whether they like or don't like the wording, the format, that kind of thing. Rarely do we change anything. So I like it. Madam Supreme Editor does take exclamation points out.
Anita, now that we've got the postcards already printed on cardstock and they're labeled and they're ready to go, what do we do next? How do we get the congregation involved?
This is the absolute funnest part, and it's really easy. There's really just 2 simple setup tasks that you need to think about. You just have to, the minute you decide what day you're going to start, you get all those announcements going. And then you get a table set up where you're going to have people sign them. That's the really 2 things you do. So when you have an announcement, you put it in your order of service, you put it in your newsletters and emails, your website, and most importantly, you have an announcement from the pulpit. So that works really well. And then before the service, I recommend you set up the table. You need a cart table or a long table, and just set it up, get a couple chairs for your volunteers, and put everything on it. Lay out the cards, both sides up, so they can read them. You grab a bunch of pens, put those on the table. You grab a nice basket to put the signed cards in, and then you get people to come and sign. And to do that, you just invite them. Sometimes we have a whole line waiting for us at social hour before we even get there. And you just invite people to sign the postcards. Some people will have questions. Sometimes we have information for them that somebody else wrote, not us, and we give that to them. It could be the bill, it could be whatever. And then You ask them to sign it, and all they do is sign it and write their zip code down. It's very easy. And always ask people, invite people. If they disagree, don't twist their arm. Just, say, here's a blank card. If you want to write your own message, we promise we'll send them out, whatever you want, to whoever you want. And then we also like to encourage kids to come. So that's a good thing to put in your announcement. And always, when you see a kid, just ask them to come and sign. And it's very cute because you can ask them to write their age on the card, and that goes really well. So that's a lot of fun. So that's basically what we do, and we get about 50 to 100 cards every Sunday. So that's great.
So you've heard from 5 members of our Active Voices team. This program has been amazing for our congregation. Not only have these folks and others gotten to know each other better and deepened their connections within the congregation, but they have given our members and friends a way to make their voices heard every week. This has been a stunning program for us. I want to remind you that it is all nonpartisan. We carefully guard our 501c3 status, and so we deal with issues, not with politicians. And you may need to be a bit creative about how you fund the postage for this program, and we'd be glad to talk to you about that and other ways that you can get involved with us. You'll see on your screen our website where you can find more information about our program, and we'd be glad to answer any questions that you may have. Thanks so much for spending a little time with us. Make your voice heard. Feel good today.